We're here now with Trevor Lane of the Charleston River Dogs, formerly of the UIC Flames, here for our exit interview series. Trevor, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
First of all, I want to kind of take you back a few years ago. Why did you choose to attend and play baseball at UIC?
Well, it was a kind of an awkward point in my career. I didn't really know how it could unfold, and I attended Campbell University out of high school, so I went to Campbell my freshman year, and things didn't really work out there for me personally. So I transferred back to a junior college, and I went to Lower Columbia, and UIC was one of the first schools. They were the first school to offer me. They offered me really early. They really liked me. They showed a lot of interest in me. They brought me out to Chicago, showed me around the city, were really just welcoming, and I really liked the atmosphere that the whole organization had. So I was basically sold on those things.
What were a few of your favorite memories from your time here at UIC?
Oh man, there was a lot of those. I would have to say, I don't know if there was a specific moment, but just the relationships I've built, especially going from I was at Campbell for 1 year, my junior college for a year, but then I spent 2 years at UIC, so I was able to actually build relationships. I was able to meet some really cool and unique people, coaches, faculty, strength coaches, teammates that I still cherish today, and people I still talk to and who I care about.
When did you start to realize that maybe professional baseball was something that was an attainable goal for you?
Oh man. Becoming a pro was always something that was in the back of my mind, growing up. To be totally honest, probably coming back for my senior year, I pitched decent my junior year. There were some issues going on, and I was like, I didn't really have my eye on the prize. I was just getting the job done. And after the season, I sat down with the whole coaching staff, and we talked, and ever since that moment, I've just been a workhorse and doing everything I can, everything in my power to become better and to go out and perform. And I came out my senior fall throwing low 90s, and I got that. Mike D gave me the closing role, and I really took advantage of that, and the rest was history that year. So yeah, I know it seems kind of late, but
yeah.
But to be honest, yeah, that was when I truly saw the opportunity to become a professional baseball player and to possibly pitch in the MLB one day.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you arrived at UIC, you were both an outfielder and a pitcher. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What happened? What went into the decision to put all your focus in on the mound? Was it like you said that fall where you started throwing in the low 90s and you realized that might be a better ticket for you?
That decision was actually made junior year. It's tough doing both in college, especially if you're doing both frequently. Like you're pitching one day, you're starting, say, Friday or Saturday, and then you got to come back and play center field or right field the next 2 days. And so it's just a lot of stress on your arm and your body. So, I wasn't hitting 400, so and I started having some, my arm was sore, stuff like that. So I think Mike D just saw the potential in my pitching ability, so we just made that decision. All right.
So going back to last year, about this time last year, a little bit earlier, what do you remember about the day that the Yankees drafted you?
I went home back to Washington. I was with my dad. It was just us two. He took the day off because, just talking to some scouts, I had a good feeling that I was going to get taken on day 2 of the draft. And so we were just sitting there, and my name wasn't getting called, and it came down to the 10th round, and the 10th round is the last round of day 2. And so I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm going to get called. And prior to this, my agent called me like this 7th or 8th round, and he said, the Yankees are going to take you in the 10th round. I was like, all right, but you hear stuff like that all the time. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily happen. So and they're like the third to last pick, I think. I don't know, I can't remember. So it's winding down. And the Yankees were up, and it actually popped up on my dad's computer before it showed up on mine. And so my dad started freaking out, and so I was like trying to look at mine and see it, but it wouldn't pop up, and it finally did. And it was one of those feelings that you only have a few times in a lifetime. It was great, just to feel the love from the family, the friends, accomplish a dream and a goal that has been a goal for our lifetime. So, yeah.
So you've already been on 3 teams within the Yankee organization in about a year's span. What do you think's contributed to that quick rise, and what's it going to take for you to keep, climbing the ladder?
Just going out every day with determination and just always getting better each and every day. People say it all the time, and it's kind of cliche, but hard work is really what, at the end of the day, is going to put you above other people and allow you to succeed. So yeah, I'm just going to keep working hard over here, doing everything in my power to make myself a better baseball player at the end of the day. As of right now, there's still, the stat line might look good, but there's still things I need to work on, and still things that I need to accomplish, and if I'm ever going to pitch in the major leagues. So that's what I'm working on right now.
You talk about that hard work and doing what you need to do. You were able to make the AllStar Game down in the South Atlantic League this year and represent Charleston. You pitched in that game. I know it ended in a tie, which isn't no fun thanks to the rain. But what was that experience like, just being with some of the best players you compete against and getting a chance to get in that game? What was that like for you?
It was really fun. It was really fun. It was great. Just to kind of meet some of the guys around the league and talk to them just about, just anything, finding people who we have someone in common. It was really stress-free. I feel like pitching an all-star game, you could get, really stressed out, like, I'm about to pitch an all-star game, but it wasn't that at all. It was just a really fun experience. I got to hang out with my teammates. We got to watch, a Soldier celebrity softball game, home run derby, just stuff like that. So it was really fun.
And then finally, I just want to kind of bring it back to UIC here. And what would be your, a piece of advice or a couple pieces of advice that you would give to maybe the guys that are in the program right now, people that are considering playing at UIC, who want to follow in your footsteps and become, professional players or go on to be professionals in whatever field they choose? What would your advice be?
I think it's important to better your life in all aspects of your life, not only baseball. Baseball is probably the most important part. I think hard work, I know people say it a lot, hard work is what's going to get you to where you want to be. life's not going to give you, what you don't deserve. I would like to say that I'm a prime example of what hard work can achieve. For many years, I was, a decent baseball player. I was average, and then I made the decision late in my career that becoming a professional baseball player and pitching in my major leagues was what I wanted to do in life. And my advice would be, imagine if you could make that decision your freshman year or your sophomore year and go to bed every night and you gave it all you had, every aspect you could, from baseball to school to relationships to how you're treating your body. So yeah.
All right, Trevor, well, thank you very much for sitting down and catching up with us today. We wish you the best of luck the rest of this season and beyond.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.